All right, welcome to this week's episode of Play by Play. I am your host, Andy Horton, alongside my co-host, Jared Bergstrom. It's episode number 176, right? All right, and we are to tournament time. The NFL free agency has kind of kicked off. There's been a trade or two happen, and there's we've been hearing for the last week or so some cut candidates. Well, they're no longer. Some of them are no longer candidates.
Right.
There's been a couple of moves been made. Like this one's not. I mean, it's technically free agency, but barely. The Bengals re-signed Dalton Reisner. Teams are able to re-sign their own free agents and stuff like that. So we'll talk a little bit about that. We'll talk a lot about college basketball. We'll get a little bit into the NBA, and there's some red stuff going on because we're also in spring training. So we might talk a little bit about that. Hit 6 dingers in a game the other day against the Cubs. Let's hope that's things. It's just a little bit of foreshadowing for the regular season. But with that being said, I guess let's get into it.
All right. I think the biggest thing we need to probably start with is college basketball.
All right.
Because I think Bruce Pearl is kind of stupid.
All right, let's get into it. So I actually haven't seen this clip.
Let me make sure I unmute myself.
We were watching last night Miami of Ohio battling. You look at this team, you look at the games, and you're like, it seems like a different level of college basketball. But this game came down to the very end. Freshman Trey Perry hit a shot with 0.4 seconds left. They are now 29-0, Coach. But if they don't win the MAC, I don't know if they get in. How do you process this?
Well, all I know is it's tough to go to Kalamazoo, Michigan, and beat Western Michigan on the road, because the toughest league in the country is the one you're in. So for me, right now, days away from Selection Sunday, I'm still grinding on regular season champions. I'm still going, you know what? Michigan won the regular season championship. Okay, Arizona's got a chance to win the Big 12 championship. It's St. John's or UConn in the Big East. That's what I'm focused on. Miami, Ohio, here's the deal. Are we going to select the 68 most deserving teams, or are we going to select the 68 best teams? If we're selecting the 68 best teams, then Miami, Ohio is going to have to win their tournament to qualify as a champion. Because as an at-large, they are not one of the best teams in the country. And that's going to be a difficult choice for the committee to make.
We'll pause there first.
Huh?
A team, now they're 30 or 31-0. They finished the regular season, I think it was last night. I think they at least 30-0. How are you saying that they're not one of the most deserving teams? It doesn't matter.
I don't know. That at-large statement doesn't make any sense. Mm-hmm. As an at-large bid, they're not one of the 68 best teams. But if they win their conference, they are? How does that... How many times have we seen a Yale squad that's won 10 regular season games win their freaking conference tournament and
because
then turn
it's only
around...
2 games.
Huh?
It's only 4 teams in the Ivy League.
Oh, well...
So you got to win 2 games and they're in.
But, yeah, still, like... So because they won their conference tournament, his argument is that makes them one of the 68 best teams? What? Huh?
No, I could put up, and I might do this next week, make a list of graphics of teams that I think Miami could beat in the tournament. Because they're a lot better than some of these teams that are going to be at-large bids in the lower parts of the SEC, the ACC, and the Big Ten.
Well, you know what team I'm going to bring up? Our most favorite. Hang on, I had to click on it because I forget what they frickin' are. Bethune-Cookman, projected 16 seed.
Yeah.
They've lost 13 games.
But they're going to win a shitty conference in whatever conference that is.
Yeah, how could you act like because they won their conference tournament, they're better? What does that mean? What? Bruce.
Hold on, it gets better.
Question that I have for the group here. What is more valuable, the conference tournament or the regular season, winning out the regular season? I think it's regular season.
Right.
Because I think you got a larger body of work.
Hold on, I'm going to pause there. Regular season doesn't mean a goddamn thing. Because being a Dayton fan, Anthony Grant's won the regular season twice and hasn't done fucking shit in the A10 tournament. So regular season does not mean that
But
much.
see, no, I disagree. Because, like, for example, I really definitely disagree with that. Because, and I actually agree with him because it matters, but, like, it's not, oh, you had a good regular season, that means you're in. No, they both matter. Like, it's probably, in my eyes, it should probably be like a 75-25 regular season to the postseason. Like, if you had an okay, let's just use Xavier as an example because it's my squad and they had an okay year, not a great year by any means. Not a terrible year by a lot of means, I guess you could say. Let me get over to the Big East and see where it actually ended up because it's been a rough college basketball year for me. I haven't had the time to watch hardly any of it. So my apologies with that. But if I can find the conference, there we go, the Big East. So Xavier. Okay, let's not use Xavier because it was actually a worse season than what I thought. 14 and 16, not what we wanted. But let's just say, Seton Hall won 20 games. It's like they're probably in, right? Actually, we can just look at bracketology.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
Seton Hall in? I don't see them there. I don't think they are. Right? I'm not missing them?
Let me just.
Yeah, so let's just use Seton Hall then. They're 20 and they're 20 and 10. Excuse me, 20 and 10. So are we gonna act like, or we could even use maybe DePaul. DePaul has won 16 games this year. Mm-hmm. They've lost 13, and they've beaten. I'm assuming they've beaten some pretty good teams. I mean, they're in the Big East. They beat Creighton. They lost by like 12 to St. John's one time. The other time, it was 13. It looks like they lost both of the UConn games. But anyways, if they go on a little bit of a run here in the tournament, if they get to the Big East title, I think it's like you look at their regular season resume and then you look at their postseason and it's like, oh wait, if they beat say UConn and St. John's in the tournament and then they lose to Villanova in the conference championship game. How could you act like they wouldn't deserve to be there? They'd have, at that rate, they'd have 18 or 19 wins, and they beat a top 5 team in the conference tournament, and then they would have beaten a top 20 team in the conference tournament. I think that the conference tournament can be like a thing for teams that are almost there, right? And if they have a really good conference tournament, it can get them in. And if they have a bad conference tournament, or if they lose in the first round to a team that they shouldn't, then it could potentially hold them out. But I don't know how you can act like the regular season doesn't matter at all. I don't know. That's just crazy to me. By Bruce.
I think they play well, but the unfortunate part of being a mid-major is you got to handle your business not only in conference but also in tournament play.
Yes.
My son played at the University of New Mexico, and they actually snuck in and won won the conference tournament.
And that throws off
Everybody. And they win and they lost to Clemson. But at the end of the day, I think you just got to take care of your business. You're a mid-major team.
Yeah.
I don't know if the 0 at the end of the season makes a difference unless they win out their conference
Because
tournament.
here's why it's crazy. The MAC has not had multiple teams, multiple bids since 98, 99. So that's almost 30 years ago. And the strength of schedule for Miami of Ohio, 321st. It doesn't look good when we're weighing resumes, which is what's happening with the bubble talk right now. You mentioned New Mexico. They're one of those first 4 in, first 4 outs. These are always a little deceiving because you don't know who the first 8 in or the last 8 out are. But what is this moment like, this bubble time? I know you're thinking about this right now with your son as well. With all,
Yeah, I mean, you got to play your way in, or you're going to lose your way out. It's just that simple with all these teams. And Mash, to your question, for the mid majors and low majors, it's all about the tournament because they recognize there's only going to be a 1-bid league. For the rest of the leagues, it's all about the grind.
Correct.
Of a regular season championship, and I think that's what matters most. Look, this is going to play its way out. For me,
That's not even-
I like to look.
But that's not even necessarily true. Who's your team?
Oh, Gonzaga?
How many times has Gonzaga made it into the tournament in that one bid league? Because there's literally only 2 schools in that league that should even play basketball. The rest of the schools should not have sports. I'm sorry. They're that bad. Freaking St. Mary's and Gonzaga are like... And there's a bunch of other mid-majors that are not just 1-bid conferences. How many fucking Mountain West teams get in, year out?
Sometimes 2 to 3.
I'd say it's probably normally 3. In the last 10 years, I mean, San Diego State?
Yeah, they went on the Final Four run a couple years ago.
Well, shoot.
New Mexico.
Yeah, New Mexico. And then, there's got to be like one I'm missing. I know there is. Hang on.
Utah State.
It always it messes me up that it has all the other letters for the other conferences, and then the Mountain West, it actually spells it out. I couldn't find it for a second.
I mean, yeah, Utah State's been in it the last couple years. Grand Canyon the last couple years has emerged as a perennial team. Colorado State, Wyoming, they both have been in talks at least into the selection Sunday as last 4 teams in.
I mean, Grand Canyon,
last year they had, I think, or maybe 2 years ago, they had 3 wins in the tournament, I think.
Yeah, I don't think Grand Canyon was a part of the conference when they made it.
Okay, but hey, it comes over with you.
It's like, how can you act like the only... I mean, I guess I get it.
I mean, you can go through, and there's probably 20 leagues that...
He coached at Auburn, so he's a big school elitist. That's what it is at the end of the day.
Too.
Huh?
His son's the head coach now, too.
Yeah.
That's also why, yeah.
Yeah. He's just an elitist, and he thinks that only big schools deserve to have good things happen to them. I get it. I guess it makes sense.
That is, who were the best teams that you beat on your schedule? Because if we're playing in a tournament to win a national championship, that tells me at the end of the day there's
Pause
7
it.
different metrics.
And what? You think that your son is going to schedule a 30-0 Miami team?
Let's just...
If your son is fighting to get into the tournament, you don't know if Miami's going to be 30-0.
Right.
So, like, that...
Auburn, for right now, they are 16-14. But let's just go through their schedule. Let's start with out of conference. They beat Bethune-Cookman first game of the year, 95-90. Bethune-Cookman's on the play-in line. So they beat Merrimack.
You barely beat them? Mm-hmm. Barely beat them?
They beat Merrimack 95.
And let's be so clear. That is a team that will only get in because they win their conference.
That is a 1-bid conference. Merrimack, Wofford, they both beat. They lost to Houston by 1. They beat St. John's. They beat North Carolina State. But, I mean, other out-of-conference game. I mean, they lost to Michigan by 30, 102-72. They lost to Arizona by 20, they're 19, 97-68. Purdue by, 28, 88-60. Georgia by 4. Granted, that was a high-scoring game, 104-100. But, I mean, they went on a stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losses in a row, and then 8 losses of their last 10 games have been losses. 8 out of the last 10 have been losses.
One of them said a minute ago, they were talking about Miami's strength of schedule is 140-something. Yeah, it's because it's because guys like Bruce Pearl's son is afraid to schedule teams against real games against real teams. Frickin', they could have scheduled a tune-up against Butler or Xavier or a team that they don't think going into the game. Oh, we're gonna win this game by 100, and then you still somehow barely beat Bethune-Cookman, which is a team that is 4 games above 500. Frickin',
For me, like a team like TCU that had so many great wins, I think they maybe get an edge. I look at Auburn. They're a team that beat St. John's or beat Florida at Florida's second biggest win. Here are the Andy Katz's bubble watch, the last 4 in and the first 4 out. And these teams are all going to play their way, in or out.
I want to quote the great American philosopher, Coach Bruce Pearl. You said the toughest conference you're in is the one that you're in.
Yeah.
So for me, it's hard to be ranked 20th in the country and not make the NCAA tournament.
Right.
So what stays and what goes if that is the case?
I think it's all subjective at the end of the day. And also, I think the mid-majors have a different challenge. And also, I think part of the challenge for them as well is that a lot of team conferences above them, depending upon what that mid-major squad can do, they don't want to play them in the regular season in case there's an upset. So I think there's disparity on that part of it. But I've never been in a bubble situation when I was at the University of Kentucky. I mean, we went to
You were never in one either, right?
No, I mean, University of Kentucky, my first year, we couldn't go to the tournament because of probation, so
Right.
we watched that. I was on spring break. Loved that, by the way.
Different experience.
Yeah, different experience. I loved it. But my second 2 years, my sophomore year and junior year, we won the conference tournament and everything like that. We were just in a different, going for different things, more championship than actually trying to get into the tournament.
And see, when we were in school, the Big Ten didn't have a conference championship. So you had to win the Big Ten outright.
And that was the way.
And that was it. So now, as a team like even Michigan, they get a chance to win it in the regular season. They get a chance to win it in the tournament as
Man,
well.
can you imagine they go 31-0 and lose in their conference tournament? And now you're sitting there, the selection committee, going like, you feel bad for those last 4 and first 4 out. By the way, first 4 out, San Diego State, New Mexico, 2 teams, they play each other today. We're going to keep up to date with all the bubble games.
So even if Miami does lose in the finals to their conference championship, so that knocks them out of the automatic bid, and then you go to the eye test against them, and the last 4 in right now are Santa Clara, Ohio State, New Mexico, and Indiana. I'd say Miami could probably beat any one of those 4 schools.
Who was it again?
Santa Clara, Ohio State, Indiana, and New Mexico.
Yeah, that Thornton guy for the Buckeyes might have a problem with that, but they're still pretty good. Yeah, so that was being quiet because I was trying to check it. I was trying to find it. You don't know what Bethune-Cookman's RPI is?
Probably not very high at all. I'm going to say in the 70s.
No, it's 239.
Oh. I was confused. I thought you meant strength of schedule.
It's even worse than strength of schedule.
Oh,
It's way worse than strength of schedule. And let's be so clear. They played Auburn, and their strength of schedule is somehow worse than Miami's.
how bad.
It's 345. Like, what? That's crazy.
There's 20 teams that are worse than them. There's 365. Here, let's just, who has the hardest?
Number one in the country is Duke. And then Michigan and Arizona and Connecticut. Oh, hey, according to RPI, Boise State should be in there.
That'd be another one.
18-10 and 39th. That's a little surprising. Been a weird year for us.
But yeah, even if Miami is to go undefeated until then, you still have to look at them as a major contender for an at-large bid, not move them down to the ranks just because they lost one game.
Well, I just think it's crazy how, like, football and basketball are clearly not the same. Like, everyone remembers Jack Gohlke from a couple years ago, frickin' with Oakland. Mm-hmm. It's not like how, in football, what is Boise State supposed to do? Ohio State's offensive linemen just all weigh 15 pounds more. And they got 10 guys that are just as good as our top 5 on the bench when you're talking about, like, defensive line and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's not like that in basketball. Like, anyone can play with anyone. I mean, shoot. We were there, and well, sure, this is high school basketball, but we were there on Saturday when Fairmont started off 22-6 in the first quarter or something, and then at halftime it was 30-24 or whatever. It's like, and then you guys ended up winning by 40. It's like, y'all were clearly the better team, but in basketball you can hang around, and then once you hang around for a quarter or a half, if the other team starts getting tight, well, then it just changes everything. And, like, it just to act like, oh, they're in the lowly MAC. And when someone pointed out, I think it was the other video I was looking at a minute ago, Dave Portnoy said that, like, the MAC in their last, I don't know how many years this was, but they're 7-19. They're in the tournament. Like in the recent years or whatever, which means they've gotten a handful of wins.
Yeah, because a couple years ago, Ohio upset, I think they upset 2 or 3.
I think it was longer than that. I'm talking about actually Ohio, the Bobcats. I think they did that when we were kids.
Oh, God.
I do love what were we done with that?
Yeah, that was the end of
Okay.
it.
I do love what Joe Lunardi said, though, because he had to make sure that his thoughts were known in the bracketology thing here. He says, I try to avoid debates without clear right or wrong answers, but Bruce Pearl's argument against Miami, Ohio as an at-large team requires context. First, high major status aside, we have no idea whether Auburn is a better basketball team.
They're not.
I don't think they are. And I'm not even a Miami person. Like I don't care about what's going on. It's cool, good for them. I don't necessarily care though. Second, Miami has won has won 4 more true road games than Auburn has even played. And road teams in men's college basketball win less than 1/3 of the time. Finally, in the modern history of college or of the NCAA tournament, great mid-majors have won at least twice as many games as middling high majors. Like that 500 Auburn team, right?
Yeah.
That's a middling high major. Okay, just wanted to make sure we were on the same page. Despite fewer bids and weaker seeds. So that means they're playing tougher teams
And beating them.
with less opportunities to beat them. Mm-hmm. Now, I suppose it's possible that Miami is the worst undefeated team of all time and Auburn is the best 500 team we've ever seen, but it's more likely that Pearl should leave bracketology to the professionals. Standing ovation, one Mr. Joe Lunardi. And it's just like, I don't even know why Bruce would even talk about that. You just make yourself look really bad.
Or like a very homer.
The things that he says doesn't matter. Once
True.
you know that his son is the coach, oh, no, I don't have a real opinion. I'm just advocating for my son to make the tournament, which is fine. But don't try to act like you're having just a regular take or something. No, you're lobbying for your son.
Well, here, just looking at last year's bracket, all these top seeds that struggled in
He
games.
just retired, right?
Yeah, at the beginning of this year.
Okay, yeah. Oh, that's right. He even left him out to dry. He waited until the season started to retire, didn't he?
Towards the end of September it was, but yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. It's wild that he can do the university like that and then be. But that's why he's doing it. He feels bad.
No, he's still on payroll.
Obviously.
But yeah, and he worked it out. His deal was his son would take over when he left. So yeah. But looking at last year, these teams, the Power 5, or is it 4 for college basketball? 5, because I think they consider the Big East a Power 5, right?
I'd say they should.
Okay. Well, these teams last year that struggled, they won, but they weren't pretty wins. Michigan beat UC San Diego 68-65. Texas A&M beat Yale 80-73. Keep scrolling down. New Mexico beats Marquette 75-66. Shaka Smart just can't get out of the first weekend. Keep scrolling down. Colorado State upset. Well, Memphis isn't in a power, but Colorado State upset Memphis 78-70. Drake beat Missouri by 15. UNC Wilmington lost by 8 to Texas Tech.
I forgot how wild of a tournament last year was.
Purdue beat High Point by 8. McNeese State upset Clemson.
Wasn't it like 2 years ago that there was like no upsets and people were like, March Madness is done?
Well, there wasn't as many upsets, but all 4 ones made it to the Final Four last year, and that's why they were saying that.
That's what it was. Okay.
But yeah, it's just, It's ridiculous. I mean, look, it's probably like 8 or 9, maybe even 10 years ago now. But VCU, they went from the first 4 to the Final Four. Miami went from the first 4 to the Final Four. The Hurricanes, not the Red Hawks. I'd love it if the Red Hawks did that. That's a big old fuck you to Bruce Pearl. But yeah, I mean.
And you remember who? Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Let me check before I say that. Hang on.
I was about to say, I could tell you if you were right or not. Hopefully.
Isn't the team that beat VCU on their tournament run, wasn't that Butler? I could be wrong, but for some reason I'm thinking it was Butler.
That sounds about the right time frame. And that is the only time that Shaka Smart ever got out of the first weekend. In 2011.
That was 2011?
Yeah.
Wow, time flies, man.
Not 2001, you bastard. $2011. Yes, Butler beat.
Oh, and so it's a mid-major beating
A mid-major. Butler was mid-major at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Here, let's just see. Where did Bruce Pearl exit in that tournament? Oh, he didn't make it.
Oh, where was he coaching then?
Tennessee. Unless I overlooked Tennessee, I don't see him. Oh no, sorry. They lost in the first round to Michigan 75-42.
But I'm sure there's absolutely no way that they didn't deserve to make it. They most certainly, even though they lost by 30, they most certainly deserved to be there, right? Even though they lost by 30, they were definitely one of the top 70 teams in the country.
They finished 19-15, 8-8 in the SEC, and 9 seed in the tournament.
They finished what?
19-15.
It kind of sounds like they probably snuck in there. Like they were one of those middling majors that I just read about Joe Lunardi talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I just think the whole situation makes Bruce look bad.
Mm-hmm. And it kind of makes the University of Auburn look worse too than their 2 games above 500.
I just think they look bad in general.
Yeah. Let's see. Anything else in college basketball you want to talk about?
Oh, that's just weird.
What?
I mean, like I said, I guess it's whatever. He's just lobbying for his son in his school, but it sounds and look bad, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, it says you're falling to a 4? What happened there? I mean, I saw that St. Mary's
We
won.
lost to St. Mary's, and they're going to drop us down. But, I mean, we're going to be in the tournament, and like I always say, you need a loss that you can focus on what you need to focus on going into the tournament.
UNC Wilmington, they're not going to, 25-5 on the season, so they've had a lot of success.
All right. Right now, if if the tournament started today, Kentucky would be playing Miami. I am putting all my money on Miami because Kentucky has just sucked in the tournament. Like, I think they've not made it out of the first round like in 4 straight years. I mean, they had the loss to Oakland. They lost to St. Peter's a couple years ago. Last year, I think it was to St. John's in the first round. But yeah, it's not been good for the Wildcats.
See, I might have to take the other side of that. Like, it would be cool if they were able to win a couple of games. I'd be all for that, but I don't know, man. Like, they'll have to shoot the lights out, and they've been doing that all year. Where is...
They're the 6-11 matchup in Philadelphia on the bottom bracket.
Gotcha. Like, does Kentucky have a ton of size? They probably do. I'd be a little shocked if they didn't.
Shortest player is...
Well, no, they have a ton of size. They
Yeah.
got at least 6 dudes on the roster that are 6'10" or taller.
Yeah, 6'4" looks... 6'3" is the smallest.
Nah, they got a
Oh, there's a 6'1".
Jalen Love, or Low. There, yeah, Low.
Good Lord, 7'1", 7'1", 7. And they're 19-10. They're not had the greatest season. I mean, they played Louisville really early. Normally, that's a later in-season matchup. Lost by 17 to 20 to Michigan State. Yeah, it's just like when they lose, they really lose. Shit. Damn, Auburn beat them. So, yeah. Let's see, but they beat St. John's by 12. So I mean, that's
It's crazy. Y'all kicked the crap out of them. I'll beat them by 35.
I went to that game 3 years ago. It was at Rupp. But yeah, I mean,
You know what? I might. It does kind of seem like, but it just feels like they can't lose in the first round every year.
the Calipari did it.
The thing that kind of scares me about, yeah, and then he won a championship. The thing that scares me about Miami is just the fact that they've won so many close games. And it's like, yeah, that is good in a way because that means you know how to play in close games. Mm-hmm. The Celtics had a huge problem 5-ish years or so ago because all they did was blow people out, and they didn't know how to play in close games. And so if they were in a game that was less than, if they weren't up by 20 with 5 minutes to go, you didn't feel comfortable. So they know how to win a lot of games like that. But I don't know. There's a certain balance that you kind of want to have, you think, with, doing that. And they just had a lot of close games down the stretch that makes me question them a little bit. It would be fun if they went on a run. Mm-hmm. And I actually have one game left against Miami, Ohio. Excuse me, I said that wrong. Against Ohio. So they can be 31-0. The first game against Ohio. They won by 16.
Ooh.
I'll tell you what, though. Earlier in the season, I kind of felt bad when Wright State lost to them. That loss feels a lot better now. Like, I didn't think that they were terrible.
How bad was it?
It was just 7 points.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, I just wanted us to win it.
I wanted to look up one thing real quick. No, I was wrong. I was going to say, as long as Miami stays in the top 25, they should get an at-large bid too. But there's been cases where teams that were ranked in the top 25 didn't make it. Like in 2022, you had number 20 Florida State, Maryland 21st, 23 St. Bonaventure, and 25 Virginia all missed the tournament but finished the season ranked in the top 25. All right.
What year with Virginia was that?
22.
Oh, well, it was one of the, what's his name? Tony
Bennett.
It was one of the Tony Bennett years, so they deserved it. That sounds bad, but I'm sorry. If your offense is that awful, you don't deserve to make the tournament. That was probably their offenses were probably always ranked outside of the top 200. And you have no chance to win the tournament if you can't score points. I mean,
Holy shit.
how bad was it? You find their
No, I
offensive
just
rating?
looked up his last year. Tony Bennett's last year was last year with them. They scored 64.8 points per game. This year they're scoring 81.2 points
I was
per
going to
game.
say, that's got to be... And that feels like it had to be like a career high. Like they scored more that year than ever.
Bootaloo. Shit. The highest, it wasn't even the year that he won the national championship. The highest point per average game that Virginia averaged under Tony Bennett's for one season was 71.8. The year they won the championship, they scored 70.4 points per game. So, good Lord.
In 2022, 2023, they scored the 277th most points per game in the nation.
Oh, my God. And there's only 265 schools, so
Huh?
365.
Okay.
365. But still, that's bad. That's ugly. Ba-doo-doo. But I think that might do it because a lot of the brackets don't come out until, the major conference brackets like the Big Ten, the ACC, the SEC, Big East, none of those start till like next Wednesday and Thursday. So definitely talk about that on the show next week. Anything else you had to say before switching gears? I know that took a while, but...
Not that I know of.
let's.
Hey, it looks like the Atlantic Sun Conference has their bracket up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't even know who's in that conference.
North Florida, West Georgia, Queens, Stetson, that team that was also there on Saturday. I know it was a high school, but still. Eastern Kentucky, Austin P, Northern Alabama, Florida Gulf Coast. Ah, that's where they're from.
All right.
Lipscomb, Jacksonville, Belmire, or Bellarmire, or something like that.
I think it's Bellamere.
Okay. And Central Arkansas.
Well, hell, let's go ahead and fill it out then. Can I zoom in any bigger? There we go. Oh, shit, too big. Oh, they already have some first round matchups done. All right, so we got, Bellarmine and
Okay.
Central Arkansas. That's 8 versus 1. That is huge.
That is so big.
There we go. Florida Gulf Coast and Lipscomb. Hey, let's go Dunk City.
I just saw like a video from that just within the last week or so.
That was a great team to watch.
Oh, it was so much fun. What was the team that they beat? The big team? Was it Kentucky?
Didn't they beat Duke?
Or was it Duke? Oh no.
It was a
they were
blue
just-
blood that they
They were
beat.
just
Yeah.
throwing down dunks from everywhere.
Oh, we actually had to predict that one. I'm assuming that's Eastern Kentucky
Yes.
against Stetson.
Yes.
We'll go. Who do you want to go with?
I was gonna go Eastern Kentucky.
All right. West Georgia and North Florida. I don't care, so.
We'll go North Florida.
All right. Eastern Kentucky or Austin, PA?
Austin P.
North Florida or Queens?
I'll rock with North Florida.
Central Arkansas or Florida Gulf Coast? I got my pick, so we'll see.
I guess we'll go. I mean, you're gonna pick Florida Gulf Coast, so whatever.
Austin P or North Florida? That is a 2 and an 11 matchup.
Who's the two? Oh, North Florida's the two?
No, North Florida's the 11.
Excuse me, I said that backwards. Austin P. I almost said North Florida again. Just
You're going to
'cause-
have Battle of the Florida to get in. And then North Florida Florida Gulf Coast or Austin P.
Austin P.
All right, I did pick them too.
They're gonna make it.
Well, there. One bracket done. Oh, let's see. Do you want to move to the NBA or do you want to move to the NFL? I did find an article on ESPN that says they're predicting the starting quarterbacks for each team next year.
For each NFL team? Mm-hmm. I mean, most of those are kind of set in stone.
There's a couple on here that
Okay.
All right. Let's see. How do they break this down? They have it broke down against teams that start off looking for someone new, and then it goes all the way down to the for certains. So we'll go down to the for certains. Let me get down here. All right, for certains they have obviously Washington with Jaden Daniels, Tennessee with Cam Ward, Tampa with Baker, Sam Darnold with Seattle, Purdy with the Niners, Eagles keeping Hurts, Giants Dart. I wouldn't have said it was for certain, but I would have definitely had it a high on there that the Saints would have kept with Shuck. Let's see, GMA, Stafford, Herbert, Mendoza they have being the projected starter. Lawrence, Texans, Stroud. Yeah, none of those. Let's go up. I think with them hiring Mike McCarthy, I think that guarantees that Pittsburgh will keep Aaron Rodgers for 1 year. That's what they think as well. They project Michael Penix to be the starter after the Falcons announced they're going to release Kirk Cousins at the start of the new year. So that'll be next week. So it'll be interesting to see where Kirk Cousins goes on the side. They have Cardinals, Jacoby Brissett. I mean, he stepped in, I would say, a majority of the season last year, filling in for Kyler with him being hurt, and didn't do bad.
You said he'll be where?
Cardinals.
They have him staying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, see, this one is under injuries. So they think Marcus Mariota will start for the Chiefs until Mahomes comes back. And then, really, he's not even on the roster. They have the Colts starting Gardner Minshew. He's not even on the roster.
Over Daniel Jones?
He tore his ACL. So he won't be game day, not week 1. He won't be ready.
When did he tear his ACL?
Week 15, because that's when we brought in Phillip Rivers.
See, I totally forgot that he tore his ACL. I thought that he quit playing because of his broken leg, remember? Remember, he also broke his leg?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I totally forgot he tore his ACL.
Let's see. The Jets, who knows what they're going to start. They have Spencer Rattler starting for the Jets. I don't think Spencer Rattler will start anywhere. But I guess if the Jets are that in need of a quarterback. You want to take a guess at who they think is going to start for the Vikings next year?
Justin Fields?
Nope.
He wasn't at the Jets, so I figured I'd... Oh, Kirk Cousins, he's going to go back.
Yeah, he's going to go back. I'm just going to go take more money from Minnesota.
Wow. I mean, Stephon Diggs wouldn't... excuse me, that's the wrong name.
Which he just got released today.
Shoot, maybe he goes back. Who knows?
Him and Kirk back together.
But I was going to say that Justin Jefferson wouldn't be too upset. He'd get the ball.
At least better than what JJ could get it to him. Mm-hmm. The Dolphins, they have Malik Willis as a starter. So does that mean Tua's time is done in Miami?
I would think so. Did they pay him? I always forget about that. He was the same draft class as Burrow.
Damn.
I know, right? right? Weren't they?
He signed a 4-year deal 2 years ago. Yeah, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love. Damn, there was a lot in that draft class.
Yeah, it was a crazy class.
Let's see, scrolling up. Oh, the only other one. Because there's Browns. They have Kyler Murray as their projected starter for next year. Ooh, that's a little bit insane. I mean, Kyler Murray will get a call somewhere, but what team could sign him? Let's see, 5 potential teams that could sign former number 1 pick Kyler Murray. The Atlanta Falcons, not knowing if Michael Penix will be ready to play week 1 due to his ACL and the realization that they are cutting Kirk Cousins next week. I could see him going to Miami. The Browns are The Browns are at least exploring their quarterback options, and they're probably value shopping, which makes Murray potential target given that he's going to play for something close to a minimum contract in 2026. Let's see, Miami. The Dolphins make a ton of sense for Murray almost entirely for financial reasons, as they are in goddamn athletic, using big ass words. They're in salary cap situation because Tua's contract, and they've already been shedding payroll just to field a roster. The Dolphins will struggle to be competitive next season, so they'd be far better off with a veteran quarterback who could handle adversity. I don't know about Kyler handling adversity. I mean, he can't see over the damn offensive line. Minnesota is another one on looking as an outside shot, or the Jets. Good Lord, the Jets. The Jets have got to have a shit ton of quarterbacks on their roster. I guess I got to be specific. They have. Give me the depth chart. Brady Cook. Did they release Fields? They only got Brady Cook and Tyrod Taylor. I never knew that Justin Fields' middle name was Skyler.
I certainly didn't either.
Or maybe they're going to talk. I don't see anything. Maybe they're planning on cutting him, and I didn't see it.
Yes, they're planning on cutting him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he'll be on the market again. If he could just go to a team that could, he can be a backup on. He was with the Jets with no offensive line, the Steelers with no offensive help, and then the Bears, you had, the hell was that dumbass's name that was calling plays? Oh, Matt Eberflus?
No, he's a defensive-minded head coach.
No, that too.
A defensive coordinator. Excuse me. He was a defensive-minded head coach. He was a defensive coordinator. Freaking, I don't remember who their OC was. It was certainly not him, though.
Matt Nagy.
That's wild.
He's with the Chiefs now.
Yeah.
Huh.
He was bouncing around. I think he was with the Chiefs before.
Oh, no, sorry. He is with the Giants now. He must have signed in the offseason. He was a coaching intern for the, no, that's not right. He was the offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach from the Chiefs from 13 to 17. Bears head coach for 3 years. Oh, so that was when Fields got drafted. Then he was the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs from 2002 to 2005, or 2022 to 2025, and then the Giants, he signed this offseason with Jim Harbaugh. So he's made his way around the league too. See the Chiefs are trading McDuffie to the Rams.
Oh, no, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, they got the number 29 overall pick in the first round of this year's draft, and 5th and 6th round in next year's draft. So 3 picks for him. Let's see. Any other news?
Oh, I totally forgot about that. I just saw a notification about, I guess Sauce Gardner wants for y'all to keep Alec Pierce. And
Well,
I totally forgot. They went to school together, right?
yeah,
'Cause
they
Alec
did
Pierce
go to
is from
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
That is, I forgot that.
Yeah.
It looks like we're gonna probably franchise Alex Pierce because they're gonna put the transitional tag on
That's too much money.
Daniel Jones, and then they're gonna franchise tag Alec Pierce.
No, I thought I saw that y'all just franchised Daniel Jones like yesterday.
Well, see, they put the transitional tag. I don't know what the difference is between that.
You're gonna have to pay him like you're gonna be paying Alec Pierce like $25 million minimum. That's crazy. That doesn't make any sense.
Well,
to
maybe
me.
maybe I read it backwards. Maybe they're going to franchise tag Daniel Jones, and then transition tag Pierce, which is the difference is the transition tag is cheaper. It goes by an average of the top 10 salary, but offers
versus the top 5.
Yeah,
Okay.
but still, I mean,
But no, that makes a big difference. Freaking. Because why would you overpay the wide receiver? I like Alec Pierce. He is not worth $30+ million because that's what y'all would have had to pay him.
let's see. Let's look at the top 5. 40, 35, 34, 33, 32, 32 and a half.
So y'all would have had to pay him over $35 million. Or over $32 million, bare minimum. That is way too much to pay him when he'll probably get 20. I can't see him getting more than 20. I mean, I couldn't pay him more than 20. I like him. But he's a number 2. He's certainly not a number 1.
Well, it's just, I mean, quick math in the head. I'm going to use my calculator. he's going to probably get, if it's the average of the top 10, he's going to get 32.8.
Who, Daniel Jones?
No, Alec Pierce.
So I guess it saves you. Well, yeah, but no, that saves you guys. That's still, I can't believe y'all would pay him that much money. He is not worth that.
Let's just look at the quarterback.
He's got 1,000-yard season.
Oh, shit, it's almost 20
million
it's
more.
23 in difference. Daniel Jones is going to get a $56 million tag. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, there's $20 million, but, he's only been in the league for, 4 years now?
This is his, Alec Pierce has been in the league 4 years.
4 years.
And he just barely had 1,000 yards last year. He didn't even have 50 catches. I like him, but
I do too, but shit.
How could you pay a guy that much money? He's never had more than 47 catches in a season. He's a great big play wide receiver.
Yeah, big deep threat.
He gets the ball twice a game. I guess 3 times. But yeah, 3 times a game. That's wild. I hope y'all don't do that.
Alec Pierce might be the number 1. Because this article says that the Colts might be releasing Michael Pittman after the tag on Daniel Jones because Michael Pittman has $29 million in cap space. Releasing Pittman would free up $24 million in cap space for the Colts, although it's not a move they're eager to make. They may have no choice but to do it. And then let's see what free agents. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what more comes out of the NFL over the next week as the new year starts next year, actually during the show next week. So might be a lot of breaking news is coming into the show next week as it happens. Anything else you wanted to talk about?
Yes. And I think we just end the show on this.
Okay.
Right before we went live, Lou Holtz died. Sadly. Rest in peace, Coach.
He was a winner.
Notre Dame has won it.
He was a motivator.
You're the heart and soul of this program.
He was an analyst.
Coach Kiffin doesn't want to make a decision, but it's not good for the football team.
And he was a champion.
Notre Dame will duly celebrate a national championship. No doubt, the Irish are number 1.
Lou Holtz was part of college football for 7 decades.
I try to practice a philosophy that I talk about, and that's attitude. That's a passion to win, which means sacrifice, get rid of the excuses, about understanding what you're trying to do, about being a dreamer, and about core values.
After several successful stints as an assistant, Lou got his first shot at being a head coach at William & Mary in 1969. After 3 seasons there, Holtz took over at NC State, where he put together a 33-12-3 record in 4 seasons, going to bowl games each year. After a brief stint in the NFL with the Jets, Holtz returned to where his heart was, molding young men and building winners, going back to the college ranks when the Hogs came calling. Before the 1978 Orange Bowl against national title hopeful Oklahoma, Holtz suspended several key players. Despite that, the Razorbacks rolled.
Oh, the Arkansas Razorbacks will do big all over the world tonight. Lou Holtz has got to be the coach of the year.
After 7 years and 6 bowl games with Arkansas, Holtz went on to resurrect the Minnesota program. Then, in 1986, his dream job, Notre Dame, called his number. He shook things up in South Bend, removing names from the jerseys and starting a timeless tradition, the sign over the locker room exit. Play like a champion today. Ever the disciplinarian, Holtz enforced teamwork and hard work. His efforts paid off in 1988 when the Fighting Irish defeated West Virginia in the Fiesta Bowl and were crowned national champions.
It's now reality for the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame and their fans, #1 in the 1988 collegiate football season.
During his tenure at Notre Dame, Holtz restored pride to the Irish gold, and his legacy was cemented in bronze. Coach Holtz received an honorary doctorate from Notre Dame in 2011, and eventually, Dr. Lou dispensed his philosophy here at ESPN.
Dr. Lou, Dr. Lou, that's Dr. Lou. And particularly to Mr. May, who takes particular delight in burying Notre Dame.
Don't be bitter because Pitt beat Notre Dame.
You will be overruled. Because the nail was lost, the shoe was lost. Because the shoe was lost, the horse was lost. Because the horse was lost, the rider was lost. Because the rider was lost, the message was lost. Because the message was lost, the battle was lost. Because the battle was lost, the war was lost. Do little things.
His great achievements were honored yet again in 2008 when Holtz was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame. Coach Lou Holtz was a true icon. He built more than just football programs. He built men, and he built character. He once said, "I can't believe God put us on this earth to be ordinary." And Coach Holtz was certainly not ordinary. He was extraordinary.
Lou Holtz was more than a football coach. He was a leader, a motivator, and a symbol of Notre Dame excellence. From 1986 to 1996, Holtz led the Fighting Irish to the college football mountaintop. With 100 wins, a national title, and a 23-game win streak, he became a legend in the annals of sports. Coach Holtz's challenge to play like a champion will impact Notre Dame student-athletes for generations to come.
Coach Holtz was the father of all of us. He was the guy that I tell people all the time, we'd fight you for Lou.
He taught us that football was about more than just wins and losses. It was about character. Holtz leaves us with a simple yet profound reminder. There's only 4 things we need in this life: something to do, someone to love, someone to believe, something to hope for. A Hall of Famer, a champion, a family man, a beloved figure whose impact will never fade.